It's a finale. What's going on, guys? One sec. Sorry, I should have waited a sec. It is, what is it? Wednesday? It's Wednesday. It's the 31st of July, everyone. Welcome in. You are on the lifeboat. It's your captain speaking, Captain Calhoun. Okay, now we're good. Boom. How you guys doing? Welcome in. Good morning. I'm going to address something real quick before we get all the way started. It's easier to talk than to type. I was in the chat here with Miss Mo. Good morning, Mo Love. The post I'm talking about was definitely you, and it was a comment in my comment section about, it was one of these messages like you just posted, like be concerned about this person. Except what's actually happening is you're making people nervous, and there's no problem over here. Everything's fine. This is a safe space. So if you keep leaving messes, coming over here and leaving comment bombs, I'm going to remove you. I really like you. I don't want to do that. But listen to me. I know what's going on. You may or may not know. And that's fine. I like you a lot. I just want you to quit coming over in my comment section and quit coming over in my chat and saying stuff like that. This is not the place for that. This is a safe place. And we do talk about stuff like that, but not in that manner. Not in that manner at all. And this is very uncomfortable for me, but it's important. It's up to me to defend and cultivate this space. Okay, if he's in this space, that's fine. I don't see him saying anything. I don't see him doing anything. Where is he? You know what I mean? What's going on? What are we even talking about? Because you're disrupting my flow. You're disrupting my boat. You're disrupting my channel. You're doing what you're saying this other person is doing. How is that justified? And I don't want to do this for 15 minutes. I would like to just get my message across and go on with my day. But hear me now. Cease and desist, or I will cease and desist you. Thank you for being concerned, but we don't need to be concerned over here. Good morning, Body Illusion, Kathy Ann, Rick Smith, Kevin Hawthorne, Roberta. I live for now. Good to see you guys. Taekwondo, thanks for asking. I'm doing very well. I am doing very well. I'm about to have some of my first coffee of the day, which is really great. I need it. I tell you what, I really need it. Sandy Wandy, hello. What is going on? Jason P. Jimena, one of my favorite people. Oh my. You know what I have on this other screen? I've got Kamala Harris in this little ad trying to tell me to donate to her cause. What's up with that? Charlie Mullins, the first subscriber, people. Dirty Mouse, hello. Good morning, Teresa Baldessari. Sorry to everyone about that little shift in energy there. We are good to go. Everything's great. I just needed to address that briefly. I didn't know how to do it in text. I feel like eye contact is good. I feel like if you really want to get a message across and communicate with someone, especially someone you care about, you look at them and you tell them, and it's all good, So that's why I started up a little early, and that's why we started that way. Easy Beeswax, thank you very much. Hair character jumping up and down saying #1 fan. Ooh, that's a sticker I need to see. Okay, there we go. I do like a good pair, I have to say. Thanks for coming in, Easy Beeswax. Thanks for donating as well. Mocked, good to see you, always. It's all right, Body Illusion. Body Illusion says, I'm sorry you even had to go there today, Spanx. It's actually my pleasure. It's very uncomfortable, but this is what I do. This is, I'm really good at this. I can bounce around. I can communicate and really, ideally not hurt anybody's feelings, right? Because I don't want to be a jerk. I just want to be firm, and I hope you guys can understand that. I'm sure you can. I'm not super concerned or anything, but I am built for this. I am definitely built for this gear shifting and this communication stuff. Russ Allen, dude, I hope you are feeling better. Hello, everyone. Been sick. Finally made it back. I hope you're doing good, dude. Matrix Rabbit, good to see ya. American politics is ridiculous and expensive. I agree. It's the only reason I brought that up is because, out of the ads that I see all day, most of them are that one. they try to give me that one 9 out of 10, and it's irritating. It's like, dude, give me the other side. Give me anything else. Just give me a Lego commercial. Who cares? Anything but that. Anything but that. I dig a good Lego commercial. You know, that's pretty fun. Nothing wrong with that. Wow, it's hot. It's hot. So today I got there was like a little bit left in my coffee grounds thing. Not enough for a full pot. So I mix and matched. That's right, Mo. We definitely don't. Sometimes I think it's a good idea and then I back out real quick because I know it's not a good idea, you know? So that's what that was. It was just in my face over here. It was just in my face over here. Oh man, we're having a day here. It feels like a Friday, but it's not a Friday. My dad had it real good when he had someone like me to be in the background and do stuff for him. Thank you, Jason. So today I would like to talk about a couple things. Where are my notes at? Couple things moving forward. I don't know what the cruise plan is, but whatever the cruise plan is, I will be streaming from Tennessee. Maybe I can get Huxley to come on with me. We'll see. I haven't met the guy yet, but I hear great things about him. I'm really excited to meet him. Regardless of the cruise plans and what's going on with that, I will be house sitting during that time for Reese. So that's going to be great. I mean, I don't know if it's house sitting. I'm going to go hang out with Huxley. You know what I mean? It's I'm sure that he can do all that himself. I'm sure, but I'm going to go keep him company. You know, and I'm really looking forward to that. So we'll get some new scenery in. We'll get some travel casts. I'm pretty sure that's in September. Pardon me. It's in September. I'm not entirely sure exactly what part of September, but about a month and a half out, we're going to be doing that. Lori Driscoll, good to see you. And then August is going to be interesting. My lease is up in September. I think that I'm going to have to re-sign it. I don't think that I can afford to move. I would like to. It's been talked about, but I think I'm going to have to do another 6 months here. So that means probably February, September, October, November, December. Yeah. So I think I'm gonna have to sign another lease here, which is like a good and a bad thing. It's like I don't have to move, but I do have to stay here, which is kind of crappy. I'm not stoked about that at all. But realistically, that's probably what needs to happen. I've been talking to my dad about transportation and such. I would like to be able to drive his car, but I don't know if it's a better plan to like get on his insurance, because that would be a bill for me to pay, right? Or like save up for a bucket, like a $3,000 Camry or something, you know, or like a 96 Honda Accord. I feel like that's probably the best move. I don't think that the car is like really in the budget either, though. I feel like there's the teeth and there's what was the other thing? I can't remember. Whatever. Who cares? I'm going to change the subject again. So we've been talking a lot about spirituality, which is not something we talk about a lot here, but we've been talking about healing our heart and our soul, right? Healing from whatever it is that that has damaged us, that we have damaged ourselves with. And I will say again, for new people here, this is not a anti-drug channel. This is an anti-addiction channel, right? We're about harm reduction. We're about, you know, just being a little better than we were yesterday. So you don't even have to have experience with drugs and alcohol. It could be overeating. It could be anything, really, absolutely anything. It could be, you know, spending all your money on whatever it is. but we are about harm reduction. We are about moving forward in a better way, about living a better life, right? So we've been talking about healing from trauma, I guess is a better way to say that. We've been talking a lot about intent. We did a show on relapse the other day. Today, I was thinking about doing boundaries again, but maybe not. There's so many things we could do. Your favorite car was a 96 Regal? I've never had a Regal. I do like Buick. My grandma's a huge Buick fan. She speeds around in the Buick. Jeremy Fowler, what is going on? Blessed to Crochet, good to see you. Yeah, I like Honda a lot, Mo, I have to say. Mo says get a Honda Civic. They have the best resale value, and they last the longest and easiest to get parts for. I owned an Accord once. I'm pretty sure it was a 96 Accord. And the thing was old as dirt, and it just worked. It literally just worked. It didn't even have, like, it was broken, but it worked, if that makes sense. Like, it was a true bucket. But that thing, it always turned over in the morning when I had to go to work. So I definitely am a fan of the Hondas. And I think that's what I'll do. I do not live with my family. I live by myself. Everything you see here is mine. Well, I rent it, but, you know, it's my space. It's my space. Robin Miners, what is going on? Yeah, I'm really excited to meet Huxley, guys. I'm pretty stoked. I hear about him all the time, you know? And Dad spent so much time over there. It must be pretty neat over there. It can't just be Reese, right? Well, I guess it could. It could totally just be Reese. Have an 04 Civic right now, no AC, but runs like no other. What is it with Honda? Whatever they're doing over there, they're doing a good job. 97 Accord in 97, Russ? That's funny. I think I had my 96 in 2018, 2019, 2020. It was during the pandemic. I was roofing. I was a roofer. I got a 69 Porsche 912. Oh my. It's beautiful, Mo. We're big Porsche fans in my family. Big Porsche fans. My dad's talking about getting rid of the Prius. It is towards the end of its life. Robin Miner says, I sold my Prius since all my neighbors had their cat converters stolen at least once. So sad. I'm looking for a little beater car. Interesting. Things, I was just wondering if they still steal cats. I guess, of course they do. You can weld it on and then they can't steal it. I guess you would need a welder though, huh? I guess that's not that easy. I would weld it on for you, Robin. I would weld it on for you. Do you collect Porsches? You don't collect catalytic converters. You collect Porsches, right, Mo? Hell yeah. And for a second, because I was talking about cats when I read that, I was like, you don't collect catalytic converters. That's weird. But no, yeah, I bet your collection is wonderful. We have, when I say we, my grandma has a Porsche. I don't know what kind it is. I forget. I think it's a Carrera. But when I was little, my dad and his business partner and my mom all had Porsches. Wait, and Uncle Johnny. There must have been 4. I don't understand. I thought there was 3. But anyways, there was all kinds of Porsches and stuff when I was growing up. I remember Uncle Johnny burning out, spinning out, doing donuts in the parking lot on the way out of work one day. I think he did it on accident. I think that he just pressed the pedal in a little too much because those things are pretty sensitive. But it's funny, my dad was like, what, are you trying to make me look bad? I thought that was hilarious. One of my favorite stories. My other favorite Porsche story is when my dad was teaching me to drive on a phone book or whatever it was. And then we pass Uncle Johnny coming the other way and it's me driving the Porsche. Must have been like 8 or 9 or something. 911 Turbo, classic, absolutely classic. And a 911 Targa top. We had I think it was a white, it might have been a Carrera, I don't know, but it was one of those Targa tops, like the hard top, but it's like this much material. It's not that much. It was pretty freaking sweet, dude. You just pop it out and you're a convertible now, and it's a hard top like convertible. So like when you put it back on, you have a real roof. It's not cloth. I thought that was super dope. Really, really, really liked that style. We are talking cars now. Now, if I were to get my dream car, it would probably be something like American Muscle-y, but I'm definitely looking at a bucket for now. And I don't mean like Mustang. I feel like Mustang has a bad rap these days. I don't think they're making what they used to make, but the what is it? That Eleanor from Gone in 60 Seconds. What is that? A Ford GT? Or I'm not going to be able to know now. I'm going to have to look it up. That's probably my favorite car of all time, which, I share that sentiment with a lot of people, I'm sure. But we're 5x5. Am I good? Yeah, no, I don't like Mustangs. I just like that one. That technically it's a Cobra. Technically it's a Shelby. I'm not a fan of Mustang. What is it? It's a. Here we go. Bum, bum, bum. I guess technically that car is the one car is a Mustang, but back in that day, it was a Shelby Mustang GT500 is what it was called. I like that whip a lot. And when I was a kid, that was my favorite car. I guess looking at it now, I don't know if that's how I feel anymore. But I would get a car like that, but like way old, boxy, like a Challenger, maybe like a Dodge Challenger or something like that. I would be super duper into that. Or like, honestly, I think an El Camino would be pretty cool. But all of these are just fantasies, right? None of this is actually what I'm going to get. I have quite a bit of saving and living and expanding to do before I really own a car that is something like that. And honestly, what kind of investment is that, right? I don't think that's a really good investment of my money. Now, if I was so abundant that money wouldn't be missed, like sure, right? But when my funds it's important where they're divided up to. I don't think that that's something that I'm going to be looking at, right? Probably a 96 Accord. I thought about getting a bike for a while, but I don't want to die on a motorcycle. Me and my dad were looking at a video the other day about celebrities that had died in 2024, and this dude, I can't remember what the actor was or what the roles he had played were, but he was younger than me, died in a motorcycle accident. I really do dig motorcycles, but I think I want to live a long time. I think I do. You know your cars and your cats? The Tesla trucks literally are the worst vehicles ever until the cartel invest in them. That's an interesting opinion. Why would the cartels invest in Tesla? And do you not like Tesla trucks because of the way they look? Because they look pretty strange. Mocked, I agree with this. They looked cool when I was younger. Now I just want to get in as comfortable as possible. I think that comfort is of the utmost importance as well. I guess safety is pretty important, but we usually say safety third. I don't know if that's a good policy. Interesting. I've never been inside one. I have never been inside one. The new Dodge, I don't know if it's Challenger or Charger. I feel like it's the Charger. But the windshield is like slanted like so sharply. There's only about this much you can see through when you're inside the car. This girl I knew once, I don't know if she had one or if it was her dad's and he let her drive it and stuff. I can't remember what the deal was, but I was inside one at one time, and the traction control on those things is pretty sweet. The safety measures and whatever they put in the computer. She was trying to whip it around corners and it literally wouldn't let her. I was like, yes, and we're gonna live. Ben Bacon Bits, what's going on? Good morning. I'm definitely into Pontiac GTOs as well, Jeremy. You have your dad's got an all original. I was going to say, you got one of these? Man, lucky. Red car, blue car, Flick Fox. Although growing up, I did want a monster truck or an amphibian tank. Yo, an amphibian tank would be pretty sweet. I mean, honestly, a monster truck would be cool too. When I was little, my Auntie Gina, used to want a monster truck all the time, and we would talk about it a lot. It's my dad's little sister on the other side of the family. Good afternoon, Tribe Called Duff. Welcome in. Hayabusa. Well, let's change the subject then. No need to red car, blue car, Flick Fox today. Maybe we just do harm reduction today. Yeah, I think so. I think we'll just do harm reduction. When I say just, this is always a good topic. I just feel like it's so generic, but it's important, so it doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be fancy. It just has to be a good message. So I'd like to encourage those that have experience but haven't spoken up to come forth and do so. Share your experience. One of the resources we have is each other. We're sort of a peer support thing here, right? We do talk about a lot of tools in our arsenal to pull out when the chips are down. One of those resources is each other. So if you're out there listening to the sound of my voice and you have a story to share, but you usually don't chat, try and come out here and chat with us. We want to hear what you have to say. We want to meet you. We are dealing with harm reduction. It's about improvement, even small, minimizing negative consequences, right? So, regardless, moving forward, I just want to do a little better than I did yesterday. I just want to be better than I was yesterday, just a little bit, just a little bit. And also, while making this change, I'd like to minimize negative consequences, right? Whenever I change things, I have unforeseen things pop up, right? Like this is now happening because I made this change. We would like to minimize those being negative. I like to meet people where they're at, no matter who you are, where you come from, what your experience is. I would like to welcome you here. I try to be as welcoming as possible because this journey is so difficult, because the things that we deal with may very well be life and death. I try to leave this space open and safe for as many as possible. So that being said, I try to approach without moral judgment. People and their behaviors don't need to be labeled as good or bad. It just is. People are. What I did is, what you did is, right? We can also disagree and get along. Like this morning, Mo and I had an uncomfortable conversation. Now we're good. It's fine. We understand each other. And I hope we do, at least. I'm pretty sure that we do. But this is a safe place. And you're not going to be judged here. Your behaviors aren't going to be judged here. We probably understand a lot more than you may think. We may see more that's going on with you than you think we do. And I guarantee you, we probably want to help you too. So if you're out there hearing the sound of my voice and you don't participate, that's totally fine. We love our lurkers, but I encourage you to try. It's better in the light. Whew, wow, that was like a hiccup burp combo. It was a little forceful. Starting to think that I'm just having a bad week, and all I can do is watch the train wreck happen at the lifeboat, says Candy's Life. I am so sorry to hear that. Started to think that I'm just having a bad week. Well, are just bad things happening left and right? What's going on, Candy? Sometimes all we can do is watch the train wreck happen, especially if it's stuff that's outside of our control, right? The question is, what do you have control over, right? And what exactly is going on? TKD, you too? Oh, that's not good. That's not good. I mean, I guess you guys could watch it together, but it would just be better if there weren't multiple train wrecks going on, eh? Feel free to tell me more. I would love to know more. Scooby Lee, what is going on? Good morning. Michael Geiger, Michelle Geiger bought a new 67 Mustang to bring me home from the hospital. It's my birthday and looking through photos. Today is your birthday? Happy birthday. Please hold. I'm going to scroll all the way up. It doesn't have before I went live. That is sad. That is really sad. Have a great day, Russ. Good to see you, man. Hey, Debbie, what's going on? Lacey Silver. We can, yeah, it's no big deal. We can talk about whatever. I'm a big fan of Beamers too, Duff, I have to say. I don't know if I'm familiar with the S10 though, Mo. I'll have to check that out. I was introduced to alcohol in college. One of my first thoughts was, oh my God, I can finally feel happy, as I was hurting from my childhood, as I felt my parents enjoyed hitting me and yelling at me. You know, I hear for no reason. I can relate with this first bit here. One of my first thoughts was, oh my gosh, when I first tasted alcohol, when I first did that dance, it was like, where have you been all my life kind of thing. All of a sudden, I was comfortable in my skin, you know? I'm going to have to look up the S10 now, Mo. I feel like I should be familiar. Oh, it's a truck. I didn't expect that at all. I didn't expect that at all. I'm sorry to hear that life is a dreaming. Nobody should treat their children that way. Sometimes that's all we can do, Lynn. I'm currently watching a train wreck, but it's not my train. All I can do is listen and be here for the one driving it. I appreciate that. I can definitely appreciate that. Grandma always said, you can't control the situation. You can control your reaction, though. True words. True words. What's going on with all these train wrecks today? You know, I did some research on Nick Riccietta or whatever, that guy that my dad was talking about a while back. I was trying to see the difference between his original videos and his new stuff, because I had heard that, you know, he got all strung out and all these things happened. Don't hate me, but I can't tell the difference between his old videos and his new ones. Maybe he deleted the old stuff or something. Maybe he deleted the new stuff. I don't understand. I watched a video from 6 years ago and I watched a video from like a month ago or something like that. I can't remember the recent ones timestamp, but they looked pretty darn similar to me. He looked full in the cheeks. He looked like the same to me. I did see a video of him somewhere in the middle where he looked real pale, like he might have been hungover or something. But I was searching for what all this hubbub I had been hearing about the guy, and I didn't see it. I didn't see it. Although he was drinking scotch in his early episodes. I don't know if that was something that he always does. You can tell by the way he like closes his eyes and just loves that thing that he's there's I don't know. I don't think that's normal, but maybe I shouldn't judge or whatever. Maybe it's just bad for me to judge. I feel like just by that one moment, though, I could see problems in the future, you know? You had to use pennies today for your caffeine. Don't you hate that, Scoob? The only thing I hate more than using pennies for my caffeine is not having any pennies to use for my caffeine. You know what I mean? Like, that's the only thing worse, is not being able to caffeine. And bacon bits. Let's go. The content, Rona. So maybe I needed to watch more than like 5 minutes, right? To get that vibe. Go check out Ben Bacon Bits, y'all. He's started doing his thing, and he's quite good. I'm pretty stoked. Ben's one of those kinds of people where if he sees an obstacle in his way, I feel like he must conquer it. And I think that that is a pretty respectable trait. And here he goes, conquering the next leg of his life. I'm pretty stoked on it. Pretty stoked he's got the channel up. Pretty stoked he's taken this journey, and I'm stoked to call the man my friend. Go show some support to Mr. Ben Bacon. Hey, Izzy, welcome in. All right, what is this? What is this? I need to amend my notes. My notes suck when coming back to them. If I like the day I wrote them, use them, they're great, but they're not for like reuse. They're for like a one-time use. I need to start writing them differently so that they translate to every day, if that makes sense. Because I'm like having to interpret my own notes, which is not how it's supposed to work. So we're talking a little bit about harm reduction today, if you just showed up. I'd like to acknowledge that we are complicated and addiction is complicated, right? With a lot of things, there's lots of things influence, right? Man, these notes really suck. All right, I'm going to give up on that. I don't want to look dumb. No, just truth, Ben. Just truth. Just speaking my truth. The content became unwatchable with Rick Hieta. Okay, maybe I definitely watched the wrong vid then. Shy Bear, hello, welcome in. Thanks for stopping by. It is good to see you. He must have taken the really bad ones down. He must have. Because I was looking for it. What an interesting case and idea. I remember hearing my dad talk about it and talking with my dad about it. And I wanted to see like his success, and then I wanted to see his fall so that I could learn from it. But I couldn't find either. I guess I found his success. It's interesting. Very thought-provoking case, very thought-provoking individual, situation, concept, whatever have you. So many things that I could say. Like, I don't know, I guess this is kind of beating a dead horse, but why is alcohol so socially acceptable? That blows my mind. I can't get it out of my head the way he drank that scotch. Like, he just closed his eyes and it was like the sweetest thing he'd ever tasted. Like, that's not what that tastes like, man. We know. We've had it. Anyways, I don't know why that bothers me. I mean, I guess if he likes it, that's fine. It's up, he can like what he likes, but I guess in the back of my mind, it's like I get mad that there's advertisements or like examples of like that. I guess it bothers me because of my own personal issues with alcohol, right? That doesn't mean that other people can't enjoy it. I don't know. Sometimes I'm just a hater, and I have to check myself. You ever feel like that? You ever wondered to yourself, wait a second, I'm just being a hater, aren't I? And then, do an about face and walk the other way. because I feel like I do that a lot. I feel like I catch myself just being a hater, just hating on stuff because I can't have it or because I don't like it or something. Live at 7 p.m. tonight, Taekwondo. Go show her some support as well. We've got a bunch of ripples in the building right now, actually. I guess there's always a bunch of ripples in the building, huh? Let's do crochet, Taekwondo, Ben Bacon Bits, Scooby Lee. The list is long and full of love. That always breaks my heart, Flick Fox. I just feel sorry for the kids, she says. He doesn't come across like he even truly thinks about them. I feel like I run into this demeanor, or I feel like I get this feeling from way too many people way too often. That's what I was trying to say. And it is a heartbreaker. It's a heartbreaker. Don't you understand the responsibility that you've taken upon yourself? You literally created. That could have been avoided, but now you're here. You know, it was definitely a 50-year-old Scotch, 100%. He was talking about it, but just like, I don't know, I shouldn't be a hater. I definitely am being a little bit of a hater, but it was like, it was a great advertisement. It probably could have been used by the company itself to sell their product. Like, he looked stoked on it, and it bothered me. It bothered me a ton. I don't know why. I mean, I guess it's okay that it bothers me. It's not okay that I judge him and say stuff that isn't real. Nick Riccietta is who we're talking about. Tribe Called Duff. He was in the news recently. I guess he was a lawyer. He was an attorney, and he had major success, and then like got real drugged up with his girlfriend or something. I don't really know the story. My dad did a show on it, but he has a YouTube channel called Riccietta Law, and apparently he was really good until he like went off the deep end. So I went to his channel I wanted to see his success, and then I wanted to see him like fall. I wanted to learn from his trajectory, because I would like to live forever. I don't, not literally physically, but like on YouTube, I would like to hand this to my kids. I would like this to be a thing that we do. And I mean, that's obviously never been done, right? That's quite the span of years we're talking. That's quite the trajectory. So I was just trying to learn so that I can set myself up for as much success as possible. I would like to take this thing to places we've never dreamed of. I would like to keep the subject matter, keep the mission, the quest, some may say, the same. But I would like to take it places that we can't even fathom. I'd like to. Right now, the lifeboat is taking me places. I would like to take the lifeboat some places, if that makes sense. His wife and 2 friends let the kids be dirty and unfed, clothes not washed. I do remember hearing that now that I'm reading it, Lacey. He was high back then too? I'm sure he was. These kinds of things are progressive. I mean, the first time I did cocaine, I think I was in Colorado. So it was during my homeless stint out there. So I was like 18, 19, something like that, maybe 20. And I didn't develop a problem. And I'm not saying like that this is how it works for everyone. All right. So don't like, definitely take this with a grain of salt. But I didn't have a problem, like a real problem with it for many years until many years later. In fact, I didn't revisit it for a few years at least. So these things are definitely progressive. But once it starts to pick up speed, that's when you start noticing. You know what I mean? Once it starts to pick up speed, it's like the point of no return. And then you're moving quickly. Then you're progressing. You could be just a binge user, or just a weekend warrior for quite some time, and then one day it's just not the same anymore. One day you wake up and you think, how did I get here? I'm sure that happened to him. Hopefully that happened to him, because if not, that means he's still in the same mindset, right? Hopefully he woke up and was like, what the heck am I doing with my life? Because, dude, he had some serious success. Imagine if I wasn't an attorney. That would be pretty cool. That would be pretty friggin' sweet. The pies we yell ourselves sometimes, Izzy? Is that what you have to say to me? No, I think what she's trying to say, everybody, is the lies that we tell ourselves. You'd be surprised how many people justify their alcoholism through drinking fancy stuff. I was a Scotch collector, so it was okay, right? If I'm not buying a 24-pack of cheap beer, it's not an addiction, yeah? Well, I have to say, I've been on both sides of the spectrum, and you end up in the same place. It's just cheaper one way. Less pinky up one way, you know what I mean? Thanks for that, Izzy. I appreciate that insight. I appreciate you. He is still an attorney, actually. I guess that makes sense. I used to love his legal opinions, but now I just feel sorry for him, and I'm praying for him at the lifeboat, as we should, I think. Let's get some ones up for Nick Riccietta while we're thinking about it. You know, it's funny you bring this up, Mocked. Mocked says alcohol should be a personal choice that is made without pressure. I always hated being supposed to drink for the appearance at social gatherings because it's what you do. You know, I've been to parties where my dad has too, and he'll tell you about it, where everyone's got a drink in their hand, but nobody's drinking them. Like it's literally just an appearance. What's up with that? That's a little creepy, right? Your autocorrect is hungry. Yeah, me and autocorrect were like arch nemesis. Nemesis. It's my nemesis. Why do I get hiccups in the morning? Is it the coffee? I wonder. It's literally every day during my stream. I'll be sitting here having to cover my mouth. Tribe Called Duff says, pie. That's what I thought. My buddy Hunter texted me during the stream the other day and said, I think I'm going to have pie for breakfast. And then he did. He heated it up. He told me about it. He's like, I think I'm going to heat it up too. Key lime pie. We're all talking about pie now. I'm going to have to go get some. Brianna Miller, I will never understand any people who can casually drink or stop after one. The concept is so alien to me. It's interesting. I feel like, you guys want to hear something crazy? I feel like I can stop after one sometimes. But like sometimes I have no idea what to expect. Does that make sense? I guess like what I'm trying to say is, like for me, I have no idea what to expect. If I have control or not, like where I'm going to wind up after having a drink. Sometimes it's friggin' fine. And I haven't drank in, what is it? I think it's a year and a half now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ooh, a month. I'm a month away from a year and a half. As of the 24th that just passed. But so I haven't had a drink in a very long time, right? But have done quite a bit of drinking in my day. And sometimes it was just fine. I could totally have a drink and just call it. Or I could just get hammered and call it, right? But there was no guarantee that I could tell you what was going to happen. Like my judgment meter breaks instantly. Like my decider goes right out the window, which is a very interesting thing. Very interesting thing. Then I'm trying to do what you got so I can do what I got later by myself. That's how that would go. Good morning, Dale. Good to see you, brother. Welcome in, Marjan. Marjan, hello. Always a pleasure. Shepherd's pie, one of my favorite pies of all time. Taekwondo, reminding me of its existence. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Lucy and I made a homemade shepherd's pie once, and we used, we made some homemade, what was it, puff pastry for the crust. And we took dough and like put butter in it and then folded the crap out of it, and then put butter in it and then folded the crap out of it, and then put butter in it. And we did that like 18 times. And this crust was the lightest, flakiest, most beautiful, delicious crust of all time. And the shepherd's pie was to die for. I really do like food, people. It's no lie. Mocked says, I had one birthday where they pushed a dinner party on me with sweet wine and salmon, both things I just never liked, and I was told I have to nip it as the host for the appearance. I got blunt. So did you give him a piece of your mind? It sounds like you gave him a piece of your mind. Because I don't know about all that. I'm definitely with you on that, Mocked. Like I'm not one. I'm not big on standing on ceremony. Like I think some traditions are very important. I think traditions have a purpose, right? But I often don't see the wisdom in keeping certain traditions like this. First of all, as the birthday haver, shouldn't you be consulted on the wine and the salmon? Isn't that literally the whole point? It sounds like someone was using your birthday as an excuse to have a social outing. And then they must have really liked sweet wine and salmon. The question is, who there really liked sweet wine and salmon? Anyways, we don't need to dig up old stuff, but that's what my brain does. My brain thinks about all that. Nice. Good job, Flick. Good job, Flick. No sweat, Duff. It's all good. I could definitely go with some food myself. We're almost there, though. We've almost hit the finish line here. I've only had like a half a cup of coffee. I must have gotten up on a different side of the bed than I normally do, because I definitely am feeling different than I normally do at this time. Quite energized, but there's a fog. There's a brain fog in there. Not the ratios are all off, if that makes sense. Gave them my full mind. My temper got off. I didn't even want the social gathering in the first place. Well, I'm proud of you, I think. Although I'm sure that's a moment you look back on and wish had gone a little differently. Standing your ground and speaking your mind are very important, though. We need to learn how to do these things in acceptable ways. And when I say acceptable, I mean acceptable to ourselves, because what other people think only matters so much. I obviously don't want to step on anyone's toes. I obviously don't want to set anybody off. But at the end of the day, I'm doing the things that I do for me. I definitely do things for other people as well. But I'm definitely looking out for numero uno. I'm looking out for myself because I have to. When I have not done that in the past, you know how that turns out. You know where I end up. I end up down and out. I end up not doing so hot. So I got to look out for me. But standing your ground and speaking your truth is important. Gotta know, Spanx, how does the coffee press work? You brew coffee in that pot? I will tell you. So I boil water in a tea kettle, first off. That's the first difference here. I boil water in a tea kettle. And I'm not going to pull it all the way out. But because it's dripping coffee now. But so this is the top. This is the bottom. There's like a little screen thing here. And if I turn it, you can see there's like a grill for me to pour out of. So that's the front. So what I do is I boil that water. And after I put the pot on the stove, I put 2 scoops of grounds in. And then the proper way that you're supposed to do it is when the tea's ready, when the hot water is boiled or whatever, at a certain temperature. It doesn't have to boil. It has to be at a specific temperature. I don't have a thermometer, so I boil it. I pour in just a little bit. basically just enough to get the grounds wet, like to like just cover them, just barely cover them. And I'll kind of like swirl it around till the bubbles go away. And once the bubbles are gone, I fill it up. And then I put this on with the grill in the front, and I'll push it down because it'll be full up. Push it down just enough to sit on the surface of the coffee, and I'll let it sit for 15 minutes, sometimes 20 if I want it stronger. But and then you push it down. The screen pushes the grounds all the way to the bottom, and you're left with coffee. And then cleaning it's quite easy. You just take it apart and scrub it with your hands. It doesn't need soap every day because it's literally just coffee, right? And like I'll spend an hour with you guys, an hour and a half, something like that. I guess less than an hour and a half. And by the time we're done, it's done. So I just go over there and I clean it. So it's it's only got coffee in it for about 2 hours a day tops. I don't know what the bubbles is about, but my coffee, my friend that is much more knowledgeable than I told me that, and I believe her. This is also coming from the girl that told me milk is for babies, and I believe her. I still drink milk. I don't think I'm a baby, but I definitely drink milk. But she said that to me. She also told me about the bubbles in the French press. It always tastes better when she makes it, so I definitely trust her. Eating a good morning Reaper. Oh my, I wish I had one. I ate all the Reapers that Mr. Ray gave me. They were fire, by the way. Super great. Maybe I'll do some Tink with you. Is it Tink time? It's about that time. Morning, Dale. I appreciate you, dude, reminding me about fun stuff that we used to do. Just kidding. We never stop. We always do. This is, as usual, you already know the deal. Tommy's Tink, jacked up. For those of you that are new here, this is capsaicin. This is 100% spicy pepper oil. There's nothing crazy about it. I mean, it's 100% crazy, but there's no psychoactive, there's no drugs. It's just pepper oil. It's just capsaicin is the oil that makes peppers spicy. And I'm gonna swallow. Wow, it's hot. I'm 32, Mo Love. Am I 32? 1992. February 21st, 1992. So I don't know why I have to count. I'm pretty sure I'm 32. Oh, it's so hot. I would say I'm at a 5. I want to say 4 because of my ego, but it's a 5. It's a 5. And I think that's the peak. Might have spoken too soon, but I think that's the peak. Don't be a baby. You can do it. I appreciate the encouragement, Mo. Sometimes I just need a little push, I just need a big toe in the center of my back sometimes. You're not 95. If you're 95, you have that young energy. I mean, it can get really bad. I have one in the cabinet from Grizzly Heat. Shout out to Rhett and the boys and girls at Grizzly Heat. Love them. I have a tincture from them called Polar Bear, and its creation process was different than these. These are solventless. I don't really know what that means, so I'm not gonna try and talk about it. But doing the Polar Bear, it's way, way hotter and crazier than that. Oh, born in 95. I was like, you're not 95. You're crazy. Sometimes I'm an idiot, Mo. Sometimes I look back and I'm like, that wasn't it. So bear with me. The worst I've ever had as far as tincture, Definitely the polar bear, 100% the polar bear. And my uncle has some. Uncle Johnny's got some stuff that is like 14 million or something. Tincture. It's like it's spelled like this, Mo. Here, let me get you. Tincture. Yeah. And sorry, all the questions. Tincture, I believe, I might have to define it. I might have to look it up because I don't really know. The first time I ever had tincture, it was weed. Concentrated herbal extracts. Tinctures are concentrated herbal extracts made by soaking plants in alcohol or vinegar. So that's also the difference between the solventless and the. So whether or not they use alcohol in that process is the difference between the stuff, the Tommy's Tink. Basically, the difference between every tincture I have and that one Grizzly Heat one. That one Grizzly Heat one I have is the only one that uses alcohol in that process. And the worst I ever had was that one. You guys know Valerie 102? Back when I first took over. Wow, my nose is runny. I'm now back at like a 1. It's like just lingering just enough. So that was the full ride. Very quick, very easy. What was I talking about? Valerie 102. That's right. We were back when I first started doing this. We were doing Tink Time once, and I was feeling ballsy. We had been doing Tink Time pretty regularly. I was getting pretty good, right? Getting a high tolerance. I decided to do the Grizzly Heat stuff that I don't do because I know it's gnarly. I tried it, and it burned so much. Valerie only came back like twice more after that, I think. And that's kind of a joke. Like, I think that she has her own stuff going on, but in my mind, I think to myself, man, you scared her away with your stupid tincture antics. But that one was the worst for sure. Uncle Johnny has some stuff that's worse than that, but I know it's beyond me. Yeah, the alcohol being a part of the creation process apparently makes it way more potent. And I don't like the alcohol being a part of the process because it tastes different. It makes it taste different. I don't think that there's alcohol contained in the tincture. I think that they use it to, I think they soak, or I don't know, that they use it in the creation method. But you can taste it in there. It kind of has like a rubbing alcohol kind of flavor to it, with the pepper behind it, as opposed to just straight pepper, which is the solventless stuff. I promise I'll be careful. Mo says it ruined his stomach. That and black coffee. Interesting. That's like everything that I intake, Mo. I'm gonna take that to heart, dude. I'm gonna write some stuff down so I can look it up later. Thank you for telling me that. And I would love to talk to you about that, if you don't mind talking to me about your father. I would love to hear more about him. Happy anniversary, boat. Is it our anniversary? I guess it is July 31st, eh? I saw a headline about this, Lacey, this morning. I did not click on it because I wanted to focus on my boat stuff. When I come in here and I'm like, I feel unprepared, it looks different. As long as I feel prepared, I do great, right? So I feel like watching Mr. Beast this morning would have made me feel unprepared. So I didn't look yet. But Lacey asked, Spanx, have you heard about the fall of Mr. Beast? I saw a headline that said, Mr. Beast's team something, something, something. It was very thought-provoking, the title. Yeah, I will. I definitely will, Mo. And thanks for taking my statements this morning in stride. I try really hard, and sometimes I don't know what the right course of action is, and I try to follow my heart and do what I think is best, So I appreciate you very much. I want you to know that. Super hot peppers from Abercrombie and Fitch. I didn't know that they switched their switch their business model so quickly. Is Abercrombie a grower that I don't know about? I'm looking that up now too. What a name, by the way. Imagine your name being Abercrombie. I guess you'd be famous, but I mean, what a name. There are some names out there, and then there are some names out there. You know what I mean? Abercrombie hot peppers. Look right here, dude. I'm learning things today, Dale. I am learning things. You're on the third Reaper. I gotta definitely get my my tolerance up. Boy, you're a Titan. Box arrives tomorrow. Hell yeah. 50-year-old shine. Oh my Lord, Dale. You're too kind. I'm definitely getting lost in this chat. I missed all that. The grand finale. You know, there's fireworks going off. The children are laughing. The adults are screaming, but it's a joyful scream, you know? Good morning, Barbie. What is going on? I totally hear you, Mo. I get you. And you know, if you yeah, pass. I guess the point of what I was saying was pass that information like off privately. When you post it publicly, then like it has adverse reactions. Like it may serve the purpose that you intend, but it's also going to serve other purposes when it's in a public forum like that for everyone to read. People that like when it's out of context and people read it, like people that don't know what you're talking about are going to read it and be like, oh, this place isn't safe. You know what I mean? So I went to answer comments the other day and it was like front and center. It was like a big red banner. Like it wasn't red, but you know what I mean? It was like boom right there. And I was like, oh no, we can't have this. So yeah, when people come here, I don't want them to see stuff like that when they first get here. You know what I mean? Like I understand your heart's in the right place, and I also want you to know that. But yeah, I can give you my number if I need to. We can give you a way to, you know, I don't know. I don't know what the proper solution is, but I just know that that's something I can't have. Yeah. Oh, I appreciate you, Mo. Thank you. Wow, it hit my tummy pretty quick, guys. I should probably put food in there. I don't know if it's the boat's anniversary. Someone just said happy boat anniversary, though. Yeah, that's going to hurt later, that's for sure. Oh, Dale, I didn't give your address to my dad yesterday. I will be doing that right this second. I'm going to go ahead and give him a call. Yo, hit that like button. Hit the, what am I saying? Hit that like, subscribe, and the bell for notifications. It certainly makes a difference. I knew I had it in there. I was like, wait, what am I supposed to say? Hit that like, subscribe, and the bell for notifications if you like what we do here. It certainly makes a difference. I'm going to go make some breakfast, people. I think it's a bacon and eggs kind of morning, like just a good old-fashioned down home. Maybe I'll make some grits. Maybe I'll make some straight up grits. I can't wait. Oh my gosh. I promise Candy's life. Good looking out. I think it's pretty what's the word? It's pretty tyrannical to do things like that. People have been getting banned for doing so. Whatever happened to freedom of speech, people? I guess this is not what that was intended for. But anyways, I'm also gonna go. I'm gonna go cramp up a little bit, I think.